Welcome, you are listening Radio Central News. I'm Chandni and now news in detail. Recovered cases of COVID-19 in the country have crossed the 10 lakh mark in the country on Thursday after 32,553 cured and discharged were added in the list, the government data said. According to the Union Health Ministry, the total number of cured cases across the country stood at 10,20,582, pushing the recovery rate to 64.44%. However, India's active cases have now reached 5,28,242 after 18,795 fresh such cases were added in the past 24 hours, and the overall tally of the contagion across the nation has so far increased to 15,83,792, the government data further said. Pandemic death ban in India reached 34,968 after 775 lives were claimed by the lethal virus in the past 24 hours. Fatality rate with respect of COVID-19 in the nation was at present 2.21%, the data added. The University Grants Commission on Thursday filed a detailed affidavit before the Supreme Court stating the direction to conduct the final year examination by September 30 was issued and made to protect the academic future and students while keeping in mind their health and safety. The direction to conduct the final year examination by September 30 was issued and made to protect the academic future of students while keeping in mind their health and safety, the Commission said in the affidavit. The Apex Court was hearing petitions seeking appropriate direction on behalf of 31 students from 31 states and one UT who urged the court to squash the UGC decisions. The petitioners, including a COVID-19 positive student who sought to cancel the final year examination, further sought the court to direct the UGC to assess internally or on the basis of past performance and declare the UGPG final result by July 31. In another development, one of the lawyers for the petitioner, Alok Srivastava, filed a rejoinder in the UGC petition. The UGC failed to respond to our many crucial points, the rejoinder stated. He further stated in his rejoinder that there is a violation of fundamental rights of students by the UGC during the novel coronavirus crisis. The SC registry has confirmed that his rejoinder has been taken on record. India on Thursday said the process for disengagement of troops in eastern Ladakh has not yet been completed, though some progress was made, an assertion that came 2 days after China claimed fort-line troops of the two countries have completed this exercise at most locations along their border. China had also said that the situation on the ground was easing. There has been some progress made towards this objective, but the disengagement process has yet not been completed. Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Anurag Srivastava told an online media briefing when asked about the Chinese claim on Tuesday. He also said the senior commanders of the two militaries will be meeting in the near future to work out steps to complete the process of disengagement. As we have stated earlier, the maintenance of peace and tranquility in the border areas is on the basis of our bilateral relationship, Srivastava said. Therefore, we expect that the Chinese side will sincerely work with us for complete disengagement and de-escalation and full restoration of peace and tranquility in the border areas at the earliest as agreed to by the special representatives, he added. Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal Thursday announced a reduction in the value-added tax on diesel from the existing 30% to 16.75%, saying the move will help propel Delhi economy. The diesel price will be reduced by Rs 8.36 in Delhi due to the VAT cut, Kejriwal said in a virtual press briefing. He said there was a serious challenge of reviving the economy of Delhi, but it will be achieved together with cooperation of people. The diesel price will now come down by Rs 82 a litre to Rs 73.64 a litre, he said, and added that traders and industrialists in the city had demanded it. The decision was taken in a meeting of a Delhi cabinet chaired by the Chief Minister. The Jairam Thakur-led Himachal Pradesh cabinet was expanded on Thursday with the induction of 3 ministers. Those induced as cabinet ministers are Ponta Sahib MLA Sukhram Chaudhary, Noorpur MLA Rakesh Pathania and Ghumarmi MLA Rajinder Kark. Governor Bandaru Dattatreya administered the oath of office to the new ministers at a function in the Raj Bhavan. COVID-19 protocols were followed at the event. Sukhram and Rajinder Garg took oath in Hindi while Batania in English. Gold prices in the national capital rose by Rs 118 to Rs 53,860 per 10 gram on Thursday amid rupee depreciation, according to the HDFC Securities. In the previous trade, the precious metal had closed at Rs 53,742 per 10 gram. Silver prices, however, declined by Rs 2,384 to Rs 64,100 per kg from Rs 66,484 per kg in the previous trade. Spot gold prices for 24 carat in Delhi was up by Rs 118 on rupee depreciation, HDFC Security senior analyst Tapan Patel said. The rupee fell 4 paise to close at 74.84 against the US dollar on Thursday, tracking weak domestic equities and strong American currency. In the international market, gold was quitting lower at USD 1,956 per ounce, while silver was trading at USD 23.50 per ounce. That is all for today's news bulletin. Stay tuned to Radio Central News for more updates.